Read about the things that happen throughout the world. Don't believe in everything you see or hear. Read all about it. Read all about it. News of the world. News of the world. Read all about it. Read all about it. News of the world. News of the world.
Hello and welcome to Mock the Week, and what a week it's been. I'm Dara Breen. Joining this week are Rhys James, Zoe Lyons and Rob Beckett, Ed Gamble, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. We start with a round called This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Rhys, which category would you like?
Home news, please, Dara.
Home news is the category. That's an interesting choice. Let's see what's happened this week. Yeah, I know. Your category is home news. The answer is 43 years. What is the question?
Is it for how long will the average Glastonbury goer keep their wristband on?
Is it how long will it take for Nigel Farage's erection to subside?
Is it, if Jeremy Corbyn asked the Shadow Cabinet for a high five, how long would they leave him hanging?
Is it how long will somebody have to wait if they're born today before they can move out of their parents' house?
Is it how long will you have to wait for your Uber if everyone gets deported?
Is it how long does Rob take to brush his teeth?
Big teeth, isn't it?
Is it what's the age difference between Cher and parts of Cher?
Is it how many years has Jeremy Corbyn had his shirt?
Is it the average age of the Russian under-21 gymnastic team?
Does any of you know the correct answer?
On which wedding anniversary is it traditional to give them some time apart?
But actually, I think it's how long have we been in the EU?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Cheers. The question I was looking for was how long has the UK been a member of the EU before Thursday's momentous referendum vote to leave? How have people reacted to the result?
I'm pretty furious with my granddad. I mean, I was only being nice to him to get the inheritance, and now his vote has made the inheritance worthless.
There's been a big age divide, though, hasn't there? A lot of the older people have voted to leave and a lot of the younger people have voted to stay. And I just think if you are a person over 65, I would avoid stairs for the next 10 years.
I think we could have prevented that, though, by making it an internet vote.
It would be very wrong to stereotype all Leave voters as old anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Although it doesn't matter if we do, because they'll all be in bed by now.
Statistically, 4,000 of them are already dead. If we just... It's going to take 2 years to leave. If we just held the referendum in 2 years, it would have been a landslide.
Yes, it's very, very disappointed. Some people felt it, you know, it's a trait of the British people, the desire for sovereignty, the desire for independence, all that, you know.
Yeah, it was a big war cry, wasn't it, to get Britain back, you know, and that's already started. The currency is already back to a point that it was in 1985, so I mean, it's clearly working.
When Sunderland voted to leave, I thought maybe they thought they were voting to leave Sunderland.
Like, would I like to leave? Fantastic. If I go in, I just tick yes. I go into another booth, and suddenly, like Mr. Ben, I'm not in Sunderland anymore.
I think the Cornish voted to leave as well, didn't they? Cornwall voted to leave because they think it's going to give the fishing industry a boost, which it probably will, because fish will become our currency when... And that's it.
It's like the country's had, like, an office affair. They've got to, like, middle age, had an office affair, thought this is a bit crazy, actually, I'm going to leave her. Yeah, and then they get a new flat in Canary Wharf, going, yeah, freedom! And give it 2 years, they're crying, sitting in their pants, and the people that are left over are the kids, and they're screwed.
I tell you what, the Cameron was right.
Jesus, that was brutal.
Oh, yeah, I've got it if you need it, mate.
Cameron said it'd be bad for jobs, and he was right, because his was gone by 8 o'clock the next morning.
So who's been backtracking since the referendum result?
Well, a lot of people have been
Yes.
have been regretting their decisions. You know, it's because it's split up families. It's divided families. It's divided friends. I mean, I've got a Dutch wife, so on the morning after the referendum, it was just tragic to watch her packing the little clogs into a bag, taking the little wheels of cheese away.
My girlfriend demanded to know if I was in or out. Unfortunately, we were having sex at the time.
Yes, there's been a lot of basically a lot of the Leave campaign have been forced to go. Oh yeah, did we say that? Did we say 350 million? Oh, really? Was it? It wasn't written anywhere, really. Oh, on the side of a bus. Oh, well, you know the way people write things on the side of buses all the time. Yeah, I mean, I saw the side of a bus going around near me recently, which said that Batman vs Superman is a 5-star movie. That was on a bus for ages, and it's not. Really.
I think the £350 million claim was the most dubious figure on the side of a bus since you did those Megabus adverts. I couldn't let that one lie.
I understand people having regrets about it, because I mean, we all have regrets about things. You know, I have many regrets. Usually they're connected to a hangover, but I've never woken up in the morning and gone, my God, did I cause the currency to crash last night? Did I have some part in that?
Isn't it? Yeah. Well, people rarely, when you wake up after a bad night, hand you a graph. Oh dear, this looks bad.
Well, now we've got control of our borders, people are saying that the population could go down by as much as 5 million people, or Scotland, as they prefer.
Well, I mean, the Leave campaign wanted to bring more manufacturing back into Britain, didn't they? That was their thing, and they've started with the truth. They've just started manufacturing their own truth in Britain. Well done.
Hey, by the way, we should. Because it's a nationally broadcast show and they're cheering for certain points of view that are expressed here, should remind we're all in the bubble here, people. That bubble which manages to be London, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Gibraltar. That weird, freaky bubble that pops up randomly at points. Yeah.
They want a speedy divorce, don't they? The EU, like, is it Juncker? Is his name Juncker?
Yeah, Juncker.
Yeah.
Juncker. He wants that speedy divorce. I reckon we should get, like, Cheryl Vicini, Fernandez, Tweedy Cole, whatever. We should get her in.
Yeah.
She is smashing for the divorces and she's looking all right. I'll get her in to head it up.
I love that the result of the Brexit vote has meant that Rob refuses to pronounce any European names.
He is being quite strict on us, though, Juncker. Like, I'm starting to think, is he still going to let us bring in a board game on our last day? Because I've got the perfect one. We should take in Risk.
But at least you could use Brexit now, can't we? Like, if I just don't achieve what I want to in my life, I can be like, Brexit, wasn't it? Nothing to do with me having no drive or, like, positivity. It'd just be like, did you get the milk? Come on, Brexit, give me a... I can't get a boner. Brexit, leave me alone!
Why don't you just call it a full English Brexit?
Actually, well, I had a bit of a result, because I actually put £100 on us to leave at 10 to 1, and I've put that towards my holiday, so €25 now for my holiday.
Do you think there's a danger that this country will eventually be broken by the fact that we forgot to stop the direct debit going out? And then, like, 2 years later, they go, why are we still losing 350? I meant to give that money to the NHS. Yes, it still seems to be going out every week.
We've got to invoke Article 50, haven't we?
Yes,
That's the first thing that's going to happen. And the first thing that strikes me about that is that Article 50 is a long way down the articles, isn't it?
Judging by Boris Johnson's mood and Gove, they're doing Article 49, which is the I'm just going to, like, say we did, but not do it, and hopefully people will forget. I mean, that is not the face of triumph. That is a naughty boy, who has misbehaved.
I think it looks like a press conference where a ventriloquist has been caught doing disgusting things to his dummy.
What has become highly desirable because of the vote to leave the EU?
Irish passport.
Yeah, one of these. One of these, baby. One of these. I know, pretty sweet, my friend. Pretty sweet.
Isn't it amazing we've got to the point where our own Prime Minister is in a less internationally strong position than Jed would?
The application forms of these have run out. They're expecting an extra 1 million of these. They're pretty sweet, you know, because...
I'm not bothered about that. I think it's all a fuss over nothing. But on an unrelated note, I'd just like to say, Dara, I love you. I've loved you since the very first moment I saw you. And would you do me the honour of being my husband?
Until now, though, it's been pointless having an Irish passport because they don't let you on a plane drunk anyway.
Really, you are in no position, my friend.
I've gone for it. I've gone for it, mate.
Yeah, you took it in there, yeah.
Everyone's trying to find some sort of Irish heritage so they can try and get... But how far back can you go? I might try and get an African one. Go way back, mate.
You have got to go back a long way.
Yeah.
We are...
You might get a German one.
I might get a German one.
Oh, you're grand on that score. I think you're
Pretend.
laughing.
I think your face is almost too German. It sort of reminds them of quite a checkered history.
You're very much an ideal they wanted to move away from.
It shows you that their ideal of what like, Super 8 should be should not be me. Look at the state of me.
Even Hitler would go, no, too far.
But I don't think he thought Aryans would have to have a pillar.
OK, at the end of that round, the point is going to Rob, Zoe and Reese.
Oh, yeah.
Now we play a round called Nice to EU to EU Nice. This game involves Reese and Gary, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the first subject is jobs. Who wants to come at? Reese.
I've got a job. Yep, I'm not resigning. And my job is this, which still counts Dad. This is a good job. It's not perfect. It's not the best job in the world. I would never say that. Some people think it is. It's not, right? Best job in the world, community support officer. With no power comes no responsibility. Best job ever. But nothing is expected of you if you're a community support officer, right? If it's not writing down someone's details, then it is beyond your remit. That is 100%. It's just vigilante admin. That's all it is. You're a professional grass. That is your job. I got a leaflet through the post a few weeks ago advertising that job, right? It said, do you have what it takes to be the best? Will you stand up in the face of danger when no one else will? No? Then you should become a community support officer. In the hierarchy of law enforcement in this country, it goes Army, Police, British Transport Police, Ticket Inspector, Traffic Warden, Park Ranger, Dinner Lady, Kid wearing Nike trainers, Kid wearing Adidas trainers, Community Support Officer, Kid wearing Umbro.
Well done. Reese. OK, that leaves with Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel again. The topic is technology. OK, where you go.
The young couple next door to me have recently made a sex tape. I mean, obviously, they don't know that yet. The hardest part of making skimmed milk must be throwing the cows across the lake. The guy next to me at work used to watch porn all day. I'm just glad he didn't begin to rub off on me. I think if I was to try revenge porn, I'd just post naked pictures of myself online so everybody would know how low my ex's standards were. When answering the security question, place of birth, apparently vagina is not an acceptable answer. been a tough week. I got myself a memory foam mattress, and now it's trying to blackmail me. I've currently got a stalker, but you probably can't tell in these trousers. A friend of mine was killed by the big C. He was walking past Curry's and a sign fell on his head. I was watching TV and the announcer said there's a documentary about the clitoris on the red button, but I couldn't find it. Thank you.
Another very good point there for Guy Delaney. Come on back. Our next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So what's going on here?
Is this Jeremy Corbyn training for his new job at a McDonald's drive-thru?
Is he saying to it, are you sure this is the most modern Bluetooth headset you've got?
Is he saying, please hold, your resignation is important to us. Please hold.
Is he playing Call of Duty and saying, why are you shooting me? I'm on the same team as you. This keeps happening.
Just going through the whole phone book going, hello, would you be interested in becoming a member of the Shadow Cabinet?
Are you the householder in this house? Well, OK, your parents aren't in. OK, would you be interested?
Is this Madonna has finally found a backing singer her own age?
Corbyn's popularity drops even further as it's realised he was a DJ in the 1970s.
Hello, have you been missold a referendum?
And you know the correct answer?
Well, it's Jeremy Corbyn.
Yes, this is a picture of Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn, who's fighting a huge challenge to his leadership in the wake of the referendum campaign. This week, Corbyn suffered over 40 resignations from a shadow cabinet before Labour MPs passed a vote of no confidence in his leadership.
It's weird, isn't it? Exactly a week too late, he's become absolutely committed to Remain.
It is striking that at a time of, you know, like with the Tory party falling apart, and that Labour leaped into action and disintegrated. Completely fell apart. It's almost like this particular generation of Labour leaders, I think they're bodyguards for Cameron, that, oh, my God, Cameron's in danger, quick, let's take the bullet. No!
I think it might get to the point where Jeremy Corbyn is the only person in the Labour Party and it's just him wearing a series of different wigs. Just desperately running around Commons going, hello, I'm a lady in Labour. And I love Jeremy Corbyn, he's so handsome.
After a while, all the resignation letters just went, dear Jeremy, what he said.
His shadow cabinet is now basically the Sugar Babes.
They're going so fast, aren't they? And it's people being replaced who you've never heard of are being replaced by people you've never heard of. It's like kind of limited edition Walker's crisps that have gone before you ever had a chance to try them.
The Shadow Environment Secretary was that fennel and gooseberry flavour that no one really went for, yeah.
I think Jeremy Corbyn's big problem was that he supported Remain about as enthusiastically as most Labour MPs support Jeremy Corbyn.
You know what? He wanted a new kind of politics, didn't he? Tick. But he's going to be tremendously difficult to shift, isn't he? Because he's still got enormous support in the Commons, mainly from the Tory party.
They're desperate. He's like the old lady who won't move when the motorway has to be built and refuses. So the road is going to have to just go around you, pet. Like that farm in the middle of the M62. Just that guy just going, nope. What was Deputy Labour leader Tom Watson up to when the news broke?
He was at Glastonbury. He was getting ahead of the game. He was trying to convince Adele to become Shadow Foreign Secretary.
That's Tom. Yeah, that's good. He was there. He posted a load of stuff. I think it was on Snapchat. He posted a picture of him in the silent disco tent, and then the following morning, somebody took a picture of him at the train station, returning to London, finally having turned his phone back on. And going, you have 637 new messages.
What's going on? It's supposed to be like, no wonder Labour's in turmoil. It's like, oh no, where's Jeremy Corbyn? Oh, he's in hiding, or he's gone to Gay Pride, or oh, where's Tom Watson? He's at Glastonbury. Oh, Andy Burnham's at a phone party. He'll come back later. It's supposed to be adults.
You know that's a bad day at work if you have to rush in with glitter on your face.
He's in an illegal rave, all right? Let him have his weekend. He's coming down from MDMA, all right? He's had a rough week.
Oh, don't wreck his buzz. Nobody wreck his buzz.
It's fine.
Yeah.
He's been at a festival. How did he have charger on his phone?
You can still charge your phone at festivals now. Can't you? They have all sorts of things. I think you can pee into. I saw this thing where you can pee into something and it powers. That might have been a different video. Anyway, so.
In other news, what's going on here? Too soon, is this?
This has got to be the shittest week ever, isn't it?
Wait till we get to the bit of it. Andy Murray abducted by an alien.
No, not now.
Is it old?
One big hand, one little hand. I never noticed that before about Joe Hart.
Is he thinking, right, Iceland have a very strong defensive team. If I let them score twice in the first 20 minutes, that should be fine. I'm just angry. I can't make it funny.
Is he saying, I know this team like the back of my hand? Hang on, what's that?
Is this the runner-up in the National Resigning Championship?
Oh, well, it's only 5 more days till France would have knocked us out anyway.
Is he saying, Jamie Vardy's right, these electronic tags are really uncomfortable?
Is he going, right, OK, what time is kick-off? I should have enough time to mark up my resignation before the kick-off. Oh, God, I'm too angry. I'm just so sad. It's going to be all right, isn't it, Dara? Everything. You know things.
I don't care, man.
What's Tim Peake reckon?
And you know what the correct answer is?
Oh, he's going, Hodgson shit and we're out. Is that the answer?
Yes, I should accept that. I should accept that as the correct answer.
Sterling didn't have a good game, but to be fair to him, he was 10% smaller than he was last week.
We got beaten by a team with basically all the same surname. It's like losing to a school team in Norfolk.
Presumably, Ivan's rowing in behind Iceland now. Is that the...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a conquerors, really. You go with, like, all of your things get passed on to whoever wins. Iceland now own England. And I, for one, welcome our new Icelandic overlords. And the best thing is, something is happening because there's a long gap between the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
There's a long gap, and you know something's happening in Icelandic in their heads. Some Viking thing is happening, and it's freaky because you're going, oh. Even longer than that, you go, oh, come on, come on. And then when they know the time has passed, it's just a glorious thing.
What was happening in that gap was they were scoring 2 goals.
Yeah. At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Hugh and Gary. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely film trailers.
Referendum 2. We'll keep doing it until we get the result we like.
From the director of Batman vs Superman, a heartfelt letter of apology for wasting our time.
Tantric Sex, the movie, not coming soon.
The new all-female Ghostbusters. The CGI looks amazing because we saved 30% on actors' wages.
Sepp Blatter and Donald Trump star in Despicable. Me too.
Thanks to an unfortunate typo, it's the most one-sided action film ever. Allen versus Predator.
Just when you thought the service couldn't be any more appalling, Southern Rail present Snakes on a Train.
the Avengers go to prison. They should have asked the age of Ultron.
The greatest trick the devil ever played was charging £9 for Fanta and popcorn. It's a fucking lot, isn't it?
In his most important role to date, Danny Dyer is Emmeline Pankhurst. Reading the rest of these charts, he's pissed off!
The sequel you hoped they would never make. The Martian 2. 101 dull Martians.
One man stands alone. It's Labour, the film.
It's the autoerotic asphyxiation thriller, Die Hard.
50 Shades of Grey, the heartwarming story of a vajazzler in an old folks' home.
In a land where nothing costs more than a pound. Poundland.
Referendum 4. Now Ant wants to leave deck.
Michael Gove is David Cameron's best buddy in Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Mate.
Harrison Ford is 73 and he's back in Indiana Jones and the Tricky Patch of Ice outside the post office.
In a world where they only sell PCs. It's PC world.
Very good. OK, next topic. Unlikely things to hear on a makeover show.
Look, Gotwan, I know you're trying to build my confidence up, but you can stop grabbing my tits and shouting bangers.
Welcome to Changing Rooms. This one's in the lingerie department at Debenhams.
I love what you've done with the bedroom, guys. I love the neutral colours. I love everything, all the new furniture. But what have you done with my beanbag? There was 20 grand's worth of coke in that.
Well, why do we call it DIY SOS? Because I've accidentally staple gunned my penis to this staircase.
Welcome to Straight Eye for the Straight Guy, where the advice is always spray Lynx on your crotch.
Mrs. Patterson says her downstairs is a little damp. Don't worry, Alan Titchmarsh has that effect on a lot of women your age.
When Susan approached us, she was overweight, she had terrible hair, and her self-esteem was at rock bottom. But now, thanks to our team, she's got a new kitchen.
This bathroom really is looking exquisite now. We have laid Moroccan tiles on the floor, we've used accentuating tones on the walls, and over here we've put a brand new shitter.
Well, it's taken a lot of work, a lot of sawing and a lot of drilling. But finally, the shed is finished and Jeff has somewhere quiet to masturbate in.
Oh, wow, she looked hideous before, didn't she? Oh, that's after, sorry.
Oh, we just did a spruce up, really. You know, we dusted, got rid of the cobwebs, sorted out the curtains downstairs, and, yeah, I'll probably shag her now.
Well, I mean, I absolutely love it. I love the wallpaper. I love the way you've knocked through. It's just one thing. I actually live next door.
I showed this couple from Sussex a delightful little semi earlier and said if they touch it, I'll do up their house.
What your hair needs is volume and lots of body. So here's Brian Blessed.
Why did you give me more teeth?
At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Hugh and Gary. That's the end of the show. This week's winners are Rhys James, Zoe Lyons and Rob Beckett. Commiserations to Ed Gamble, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. Thank you for watching. I'm Darragh Breen. Good night.